Will Trump's tariffs make American products more expensive? You're going to be shocked by the truth. Let's look at historical data. Back in 2018, Trump applied a 20% tariff on washing machines, and something very interesting happened. Prices for both imported and American machines went up. They skyrocketed. Why? Because American companies said, hey, if Chinese washers now cost $800 instead of $600, we can raise our prices from $650 to $750 and still be cheaper. It's called pricing the market, and consumers get screwed either way. So the data proves tariffs do drive up the cost for both foreign and American-made products. Why? Because companies are always looking for a way to increase profits. And Trump and his administration know this. They have the data. So tariffs only pad corporate wallets and government coffers and empty ours. Why would anyone support this? I want to know what you think. Leave a comment below and give me a follow to stay in the loop.
After 30 years of consistency, after 30 years at 99 cents, Arizona iced tea might finally have to increase the price of their big iced tea cans. And that's because of Donald Trump's tariffs. Their founder, Don Voltaggio, hates even the idea of doing that. After 30 plus years, he can't even fathom having to do that. They have made it through inflation, economic hardship, all of that consistent 99 cents. It's like the Costco hot dog guy. It's just a mindset he wanted to stay at. But because Donald Trump is, doubling the tariffs on steel and aluminum from 25% that he announced in February to 50% he announced in June, it's finally reached a breaking point where even Arizona is not going to be able to survive if they maintain their cans at 99 cents. Everyone knows Americans pay the price of tariffs eventually, and this is just the proof of that. It's unfortunately the end of an era when it comes to price consistency in America.
There's no billions of dollars coming in because of the tariffs, okay? Once again, let me repeat that. There is zero money coming in because of the tariffs. Not $1 has come in because of the tariffs. All of the money that is being collected because of the tariffs is our money that's already here. It didn't come from anywhere. It didn't come into the country. It's already here and we're paying it.
This is Republican logic at its peak. So Republican Representative Norman from South Carolina said that rising prices are a good thing. He acknowledges that a lot of people are seeing higher prices and then goes on by saying our family's in the construction business and we get a lot of our timber from Canada and other countries. Yes, it's higher, steel prices are up, but it's for the good of the country. This is unreal. Yeah, that's right. The Republican Party's platform is to tell the American people that higher prices mean good. He's making this outrageous claim as a desperate attempt to defend Donald Trump's insane tariffs that are raising the prices of goods as we speak. The average effective tariff rate is rising to at least 17%. This is the highest rate that it's been since the Great Depression. That's according to the nonpartisan Yale Budget Lab think tank. So let me get this straight. When prices rose under Biden due to a global pandemic and disrupted supply chains, MAGA screamed economic disaster. But now, after Trump slaps on the highest tariffs we've seen since the Great Depression and prices skyrocket, they say it's good for the economy. These tariffs are a tax on us, the American consumers, funneled through an increased price of everyday goods. But they're going to sit there and lie to us, claiming that this is good for the economy while we pay more money for groceries, appliances, and cars.
President Trump is bringing in historic tariff revenue, but Daniel, we're the ones paying for it. We're the consumers. Yeah. Okay. What about universal health care? You guys want that so bad? Who the hell do you think is paying for that? Education? You just want that for free? Who the hell do you think's paying for that? Movies, museums, theaters, things like that. Who do you think's paying for that? If you're, want a socialist idea? Yeah. I know.
I was today years old whenever I found out that prices are increasing and it's hidden in plain sight. We're in Walmart.
So remember how you used to come shopping and on all the price tags there would be like perforated little pieces and then it would have the price on it? Well, if you look around, all of those are gone. They've ripped them off of just about everything, and then they're putting these other stickers on there. Well, I guess the people are working as fast as they can, and they skipped this one. So you can see that there's an $8.98 sticker on it, but it used to be $7.98. So prices are going up, and it's happening. We're just not paying attention to it because they're tricking us. I did not discover that on my own. I was TikToking late one night, and I seen another lady post about it.
News. Listen, the chaos that this man is starting between these two countries, Canada and Mexico, is absolutely asinine with these tariffs. It's unbelievable that Mexico is having to fight back to say, listen, we're not doing these tariffs. If you put these tariffs on us, we will fight back with our own tariffs. And to think about that, this is a man who's supposed to be trying to bring peace, and it kind of seems like January 6th all over again with all the chaos. How is that? Well, it's actually interesting because this is a man who doesn't care about nothing but himself. So if he brings these tariffs into Canada, your gas is going up. You're not getting this $2 cheap shit gas y'all wanted. And if he brings this tariff on Mexico, Mexico's going to raise up all of the fruits and vegetables. So there goes your cheap grocery run, Trumpers. It's just a disaster that you guys voted for somebody that only cared about staying out of prison. Get that through to your noggins. Stay out of prison was his objective. Look, Elon Musk, terrible crooked guy. Mark Zuckerberg, probably crooked guy too. Anybody with a lot of money and you put them together is a bunch of crooked guys, 9 times out of 10. So, hey, shit's going up. You guys asked for it. I'll keep the news coming. Yeah, it's a terrible situation. Go blue.
So we just launched tariffs against the same countries that are financing our debt. It's an interesting play. We'll see how it turns out. It's like telling your mortgage lender that you're slashing their salary. Not a great idea, Bob. So the big five financing America's $34 trillion in debt are Japan with $1.1 trillion. China has something like $750 billion. United Kingdom's got $690 billion, Luxembourg $373 billion, and Canada $329 billion. So they're investing in the U.S., or at least they're paying for our bills. So foreign countries hold about 23% of our IOUs. They're like the friends that still buy you rounds at 2 a.m. Now, yesterday, or this week's tariffs announcement, was economic chaos theory in action. So we're taxing the same countries that were begging to buy our debt. It's always about cash when you look at this. Now, with China, we hit them with tariffs. Now, they finance us with dollars from trade surpluses. If there's fewer exports to the U.S., that means there's fewer dollars to buy U.S. treasuries. This is a reminder. Trade wars aren't good and easy to win. They're complex, messy, and the financial equivalent of like lighting your house on fire because you don't like your neighborhood's paint color. U.S. has been able to run big deficits because the dollar is the world's reserve currency and playing the game on easy mode. But if you end it, well, tariffs could accelerate that de-dollarization. And the game for us gets harder. It means basically money gets more expensive. Mortgage rates go up. So could this stuff create a treasury shortfall? But here's where it gets interesting. If foreign buyers tap out, we have a couple of options. The Fed could step in and print money, or domestic buyers could kind of fill the gap. But that money comes from the stock market, moves to other spots. You could also raise rates to attract capital. All three of those things mean higher costs, and it's an economic drag on the economy. There's no free lunch. Now, economic dominoes could start to fall too. You could see retaliation. Countries that get hit with tariffs could hit back. And that means that U.S. exports suck. Export industries lay off people and fire them. Tax revenue would fall from that. Debt servicing gets harder. It's like expecting somebody to loan you money right after you punch them in the face. And in markets, what we're seeing, they hate volatility. These tariffs are uncertainty for everybody. The dollar could strengthen, although it's weakening right now. If the dollar strengthens, our exports become less competitive. Foreign currencies could weaken, making the U.S. debt more expensive to service. You're going to see the dollar go up and down in value as all kinds of crazy things happen. Now, these tariffs themselves are a tax on consumption. If there's higher prices, you see less spending, you see slower growth, and you see less tax revenue.